Lovely to see you all again. I'm going to, before we do our discussion, I'm just going to ask you again, on a scale of 1 to 10, how you're feeling now and whether it's gone up, it might have gone down, since we started about an hour ago. So, who feels between 1 and 3? Oh, good, nobody. Actually, some of the faces I can't even see. Okay, who feels between 4 and 6, middling? Right, lovely, Marina. What were you before, Marina? 0, okay, that's good. And who feels between 7 and 9? Oh, now that is great. That is great, thank you. Maybe you're just being polite. You never know. Ah, that's wonderful. Before, yes, so now I would like to really have you pull up a few points. You can unmute, when you talk, do unmute yourself. What thoughts have you got since what we've gone through? It's been fairly superficial because I didn't want to blind you with too much philosophy and science. We've got a couple already. Thank you. Anytime you want, just put on the reactions, put your hand up. We have Cynthia and Claire already. So Cynthia, if you can unmute yourself, that would be lovely.
Sir, yes, I've done it. Sorry, actually, I raised the hand to answer before the sort of pulling that you did. But in any case, it was amazing. One question, Martin Seligman is the one that's talked about perma?
Yeah,
about
optimism and pessimism. Mm-hmm.
Is that one? Perma? I don't know, there is an acronym.
Actually, I've got a reading list, which I put up on the PowerPoint. I'll put it up at the very end of the whole thing, and then you can copy it before we close down, because I've got several people on. Thank you for asking, Cynthia.
No, because also the list at the beginning about how can we be happy, what we should do, it was difficult to write down. So
I will try to send, if it helps, I can try and
it was a list, like the first,
yes.
I don't know if it's possible.
I tell you one good bit of news. Maria is sending everybody a video.
Okay.
So you will all be able to copy down in your own time, I hope.
In any case, it made me think of the poem by Charlie Chaplin, Smile, that I once learned. And although
can you recite it? Can you recite a bit of it now?
I mean, I consider it as a song, but actually it's a poem. Smile, though your heart is aching, smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds, when there are clouds in the sky, you get by. And if you smile through your fears and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a fear may be ever so near. And if you smile through your fears and sorrow, smile. What's worth? No, I don't remember. You see that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Basically, that's the beginning. So I actually had my students in middle school learn it and just see, there is a pandemic, COVID, but try to see the glass half full and not half empty, basically. So
well done, Cynthia. No, I like that song too, and you sang it rather.
I had them study. I found like an activity on internet about smile, and so they learn a few stuff, and I made them sing also.
The good one, it's good for the students to learn that. Thank you for your contribution, Sarah. Your turn. Can you unmute, Sarah? Your hand is up.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I would be fascinated to learn more about the Stoics because I don't really know much about them.
I cut that bit out because I thought I was getting too academic at the end. If we have time, because I don't know, Marina, do we have to finish at 7:30 or not? Maria, I mean.
Actually, there is no limit. There's no time limit.
If there's time, I will put on just that tiny bit about the Stoics at the end. If
Yeah.
okay,
Yes, please.
great, thank you. Okay, good. Juicy, please, your turn. Can you unmute yourself, Juicy? Adriana, you, yeah? Unmute.
Okay, hi. I mean, on the subject of quotes, my very, very favorite quote that has helped me the most is from Shakespeare, and it perhaps pertains very much to the times we are living in. And it's, "Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day."
Oh, that's
Which
lovely.
yes, so whatever happens, eventually time will take it away. I believe it's from Hamlet. And I found it at school and I learned it that way. But another thing I find particularly useful, and maybe this isn't to everyone's taste, is to take a well-known poem. I like to do it even with Dante Alighieri's most famous works. Not that I studied it particularly well at school, but I have the original text. And I change it to mock the situation I am in.
Right.
So, which might, or you could do it with something else that you like and enjoy, as long as it's written and perhaps even somewhat well known. We've heard about the daffodils and my heart it leaps. So it has to be something that would ring familiar. And I find that mocking the situation is quite useful. So I'd suggest that.
That's good. And I liked your first Hamlet quote a lot as well. By the way, you know that if you want to ask, you click on reactions and you'll see a hand, because I'm going at the moment to the people who've put their hand up from the reaction spot at the bottom. So if you want to ask something, I think Claire Dooley, you had a question, but you disappeared.
No, I was like the other lady. My hand was just up for your quiz, Renee. So I didn't have a question, no.
Okay, no problem. We have another hand here, which is Marina. Can you? Yes.
Yes. Before, I have a question for you, or a comment, but what I have realized first is that luckily I like lemonade, because I will have to drink a lot of lemonade these days. Okay, so luckily I do like lemonade, and in Italy we have wonderful lemons. Apart from that, trying to be serious, yes, it's all very uplifting, and definitely I feel better than the beginning. I think I was at the lowest level. But I don't want to call it a problem, because you said that language is important, but what if you live in an environment that tends to be negative instead of positive? So the effort of feeling better is only on yourself. So even if the environment around you doesn't help, how much strength do you need to cope with that?
That is an extremely good question, because it's familiar to all of us. I've been in that environment too, and in a bad work environment. Some people are in a bad home environment. All you can really do is to major on your resilience, to work on your resilience, to almost reward yourself mentally and say, I came through that. These people are sods, but I've managed to stand up to them. I've managed to work. Keep rewarding yourself and reinforcing. You are dealing with it. You are dealing with a nasty situation, but you can feel proud inside it. And you know that nothing lasts, especially if it's a job. One day, in a year or 2 or 3, something will be better. Major on the things you like. If you have a class of students and you have some wonderful students, but ghastly teachers and colleagues, major on the students that you like. Always look for the little nuggets that you like in life, things that do bring you joy. And if you hate everything, go back to your room and take a book that you like. And before you go to bed, read the stuff you really enjoy that lifts your spirits. It isn't sort of automatic. You almost have to work at happiness. We all do. You know, my husband always says, when we do sports and training, he says, nobody said it would be easy. And he's right. You know, if I'm cycling up a hill and my legs are hurting, he'll say, nobody said it would be easy. And that helps. And it's the same, Marina. That's a very good question. If you're in an awkward, terrible place and you're unhappy, nobody said everybody around you is happy. You just have to make in your head your own little oases of happiness in order to cope with it, if you can. Yes.
I remember that on a course on the same subject I attended years ago in England. I remember that the instructor told us all the time, when you are facing something extreme that you perceive as extremely difficult, just look back and consider all the things that you did successfully and that you managed to do successfully. And so, yeah, this is something that I do every now and then, you know.
Very good. You reminded me
back and
you reminded me of something my mum told me, that when she and her younger brother were walking through the snow for ages and their hands were aching and they were cold and everything. And the little brother, who was only about 4, he said, don't worry, because we'll soon be back in the warm by the fire with a cup of tea. And that's sort of how you can do life. Even if, God forbid, you have an operation, promise yourself something after the operation. Think, okay, when I've had the operation, I'll do something good, and major on the good bit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your idea, Marina. Other ideas, other hand? You don't have, or raise your hand if it's easier. I'll just see if there's any raised hands. I can't see any hands there. Ah, there's a hand. Right, Vanessa, please. Unmute yourself.
Just to say that Captain Tom, who everybody will know, said, tomorrow is a good day. And I wake up each morning saying, tomorrow is a good day. Today is a good day, but tomorrow is a good day. And I just have found that quite unbelievably amazing.
That is a fantastically good thing, which I will memorize as well. I often say today is a good day, but I don't often think tomorrow as well. But I think that's a good way to look at life. And right till the end, Captain Tom was an inspiration.
Oh, totally.
It just made you happy looking at him. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. Anyone else? You don't have to click your hand. You can raise your hand if you prefer. If not, we're going to put you into Stoics in a moment. No. So my request for doing the last little slides on Stoic, it's very quick, but I didn't want to blind you with science, with too much science. So quickly, I will go back to the PowerPoint if I can. Share screen, go back to, where's my PowerPoint? I lost it. No, that's not it. Is that PowerPoint? Not sure it is.
That was the end.
This is the end. Yeah, this is my reading list anyway. If you can see, if you want to write down any, the trouble is our pictures are over it. That's not very clever, is it? I don't know how to do this. But those are some of the books that I've read and quoted from, in case you're interested. I'll read it out quickly because some of it isn't legible. The little book of Hugo, which are the Danish ways of feeling good. Can We Be Happier by Richard Layard, Layard. Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman. Beyond Happiness and How to Find Love and Joy in All You, I can't read it either, Richard Selden. The Psychology of Flow is Csikszentmihalyi, he's double Mihaly. The Happiness Advantage by Sean Acorn. To Have and to Be, Erich Fromm, and Le Rire by Henri Bergson. Actually, oh, this is good because I can get the Stoics back now. There we are. Yes, somebody asked about the Stoics, so I will just add the tiny bit of theory, which is we know them as people who could put up with things when life got difficult, and they're certainly not the first people you think of when you think of fun. I didn't think so. But they think that there are 4 important character qualities which if we develop them, we will have a huge amount more of fun and joy in our lives. And so he says that wisdom, you will see this on the playback when Maria sends you the thing, but wisdom, if you're wise, you really work at your wisdom. Wisdom is something that you can work on. People are so afraid of old age and getting old. The thing we should all be doing is working towards wisdom, getting wiser and wiser as we grow, and not worrying about age, which is something to do with the consumer society mainly. So wisdom is the way to go, and rationality and understanding what is most valuable in life. What are our priorities? Courage, which is really, that is sometimes difficult. It's a bit of what Marina was saying. When life is really difficult, it would be very easy to take the easy way out, but don't. Face it head on and take the hard route that you have to take, because that will develop you, and that will be the right route. You must learn moderation and self-control, said the Stoics, wanting the right thing and doing the right thing, even if you're tempted to do things you really want. But think first what is right before you think what I want, what is right in the situation. And justice, they said, living well in communities. But for Stoics, justice was also about kindness, compassion, and fairness, which we've been going through a little bit in this. And if we develop these virtues, say the Stoics, then we're more likely to be happy. We need to be physically fit. So think, if you climb stairs, how breathless do you get? And we need to be mentally fit. We can handle low and medium challenges, perhaps, but how about the hard challenges? How good is our mental fitness at handling challenges? So that is a sort of nutshell, because I didn't want to bore you with fact after fact of what the Stoics really think. So I will go back. In order to end on a sort of relatively rousing note, I know that some of you are already members of a dance group in your Italian lot. So I'm going to put on some Miriam Makeba. And there are two comments coming here. One is from Marina and one is from Claire. Claire, can you unmute yourself?
No, I was just giving you the thumbs up, because the reactions button, we can have ice cream, or we can have love hearts. So there we are. My reaction was a purely visual one.
Oh, well, it was a very nice one. Thank you very much, Claire. And there's another hand, Marina, you're very prolific.
I just want to say hello to Ariella. Ariella, because she is, Rene, you mentioned the dancing class that we had.
She's here.
And Ariella has entered my life very sweetly and nicely, accompanied by music. And I want to thank her for it. And I want to say that in front of all the people who don't know her yet. And Ariella, I will be with you next Monday in full spirit.
I hope so. I hope so. We missed you. We missed you very much.
Oh,
thank you, Rene. Thank you very much, Rene.
Well,
thank you, Rene. Thank you.
Thank you all. I've had a wonderful time getting to know some of you and already knowing some of the others. And I'll let Maria finish off the session.
Okay, thank you, Rene. I think we all have to thank you for your inspiring webinar. We really needed it we need to remember what we did before this terrible period, and so you have given us some joy and fun back into our lives, and you have made me remember the things that I did, because I don't know in the other countries, but in Italy the first lockdown was really terrible. We couldn't go to the beach, we couldn't leave our homes, and it has left a deep mark inside our souls. Now we are still confined in our homes, but it's not so hard as it was in March. And anyway, from some point of view, it's even worse, because we don't know when it's going to finish everything. But we need to know, and you have reminded us of this, we need to know that there is a whole world around us which is waiting for us, and we will go back to that feeling of being in close contact with the nature, with our friends, with our relatives, with the people, and with the things that we love most. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh, lovely. Wow. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I can't tell you, they always say that if you give happiness, you get it back. Well, I've got it back in spades this afternoon. I've had a great time seeing all of you. Thank you for sparing the time, quite a long time, and for joining in so willingly. And Maria will be sending you a video, and if you need my email address, Maria has that as well. And it has been an absolute delight to be with you all. And thank you for being such good listeners and just sitting there and listening. I do appreciate that. It's been brilliant.
Just a couple of things. I
Yeah.
have to say, if you need a certificate of attendance, just send me a mail and I will send it to you immediately. And I would like to make a proposal. Let's unmute ourselves. Everybody should unmute ourselves so that we finished this wonderful webinar, with this joyful webinar, clapping our hands.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's magnificent.
Grazie.
I want to take a photo. I want to take a photo. Fantastic. Thank you. Oh.
Klachten voor de NHS, weet je wel.
The National Health Service. Oh, how nice.
Nou, ik zet hem af, ik heb genoeg gezien nou.
Thank you so much, all of you. I really feel touched and uplifted myself, and I'm almost sad it's finishing, but I know I have to be disciplined. So I wish you a very good rest of week, and I hope some of that stays inside you all the way through to the end of COVID.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Bye.